This video shows you real quickly what your social media manager should be doing while on Facebook, the things that he needs to be looking for and that kind of thing. When people come to your Facebook page like in here, they can post, they can come, when they click on like right here, and that gives them ability to post on your page, but also gives you the ability to communicate with them through Facebook. And your social media manager will write stuff here to communicate with the people on the page. A lot of times people will come here and write something to you, so the social media manager probably at least twice a day, like once in the morning, once in the afternoon, needs to get onto your Facebook page and look and see if anybody's written anything, because you want to stay in contact with them. This it's makes people feel important. It's part of the interacting with the customers, and if they don't communicate with the customer, that would be a lot like a customer coming into your store asking your salesperson a question and they just sit there and look at them and don't answer them. So it's very important that they do that. When a customer gets on here and complains about something, you want to make sure your social media manager handles that carefully. You don't want him saying things like, well, come on, we'll give you your money back, or we'll give you a free gallon of paint because we screwed yours up, or whatever. You want to be kind of general. Like if somebody complains, you know, I was in there, you guys didn't even come away with me, you ignored me, I finally got mad and left. So you'll want to instruct your social media manager how to handle things like that on Facebook, and it needs to be answered on Facebook. You're going to see who wrote you that message, first of all, and so you'll know who did it and you can contact them personally. But also he needs to write on the Facebook page what to address that customer's complaints. So he might write something like, hey, Mr. Smith, I apologize, I don't know what happened, I'm not going to make excuses for you, please come and see me and I'll make it right. Instead of writing something like, Mr. Smith, I'm so sorry, come back in and I'll give you, half off your next paint purchase or whatever. You don't want that publicized to the public. You want to kind of keep that close to your chest so people don't know what you're doing, but they also understand that you're trying to handle complaints and that they matter. Next, your customers will be able to click on the photos right here and see photos that are that your social media manager might put in there. As you can see, this at the time of this video, this isn't quite ready yet, but it will be for yours. They can click on here and win a 25-foot tape, and when they do, it'll show a page where they can go enter their text message number. You've seen this before, and actually what they're going to see is a page that's showing that they can enter their mobile information and that they could win whatever it is that you're setting up here. Of course, next they can click on the month bargains of the month, and they can see what's being shown there, and this shows how many likes you have. People also know they can click here and see different things here as well. So that's basically how customers are going to get around your website. Your store information will be here, and that's essentially what they're seeing on your Facebook page. Lastly, if your social media manager is going to post things to your customers, your fans who have liked your page, make sure that, well, first of all, let me back up. We are going to be doing postings for you. The postings that we're going to, when I say posting, that means writing a message here so that all your people, your customers, can see it. We have a very clear understanding of what works on Facebook, because you want to write daily updates, also known as posts, in a certain way that keeps people interacting with you. So what may appear to you to be silly things like little games and such, it's actually a way to get people to interact with you, which is very important to get your fans and your customers seeing what you're doing, because if they don't interact with you on Facebook all that much, they're not going to see you as much. So we have a certain way of doing that. Now when your social media manager gets in here and does things, I would really urge you to have him keep those to very few posts, and the only kind of posts really he or she should be doing are letting people know about a circular or flyer that you got coming out, and it should be short. You should say here, hey, we've got a flyer coming out with a good paint special, lawnmowers are on sale, flashlights, etc. It starts today. If you haven't got a flyer, come in and see one of ours, and just leave it at that. The reason you want a shorter post is because people don't going to read that long stuff. The other kind of post they should put on here, and they should do it fairly regularly, is taking a picture of a customer and promoting the customer somehow. So for instance, if you work with contractors, have them get a picture of a contractor and a job the contractor's doing. Because what's going to happen there is a contractor is going to feel good that you're promoting him to your customers, and you want to make sure that your social media manager tells the contractor that. So they're going to encourage their friends to come see what's going on, which will just only get you more traffic. But also, if a customer brings in a project like they made a real neat mailbox out of stuff that you sell, take a picture of that. That's going to create a lot of interaction, and he's going to tell his friends to come see it and stuff, and it'll just grow. It'll just eventually explode and get out of control, which is of course what you want. So that's what you want your social media manager to be doing on Facebook. As far as on now, really, when he does this, it's not going to take but typically just a few minutes a day to get on Facebook and check customer comments. But when he's handling pictures and of customers and such, that's going to take a little more time, but it doesn't take very much time, and it'll be easy for him to do. So really, your social media manager shouldn't spend more than maybe 15, tops 30 minutes on average a day on Facebook, but really probably 10 minutes, if that. Now, when they go to Yelp, it doesn't take them for just a minute to scan and see if anybody's left comments, and you want to make sure if they're positive or negative, and your social media manager should make sure that they go answered here, and you guys need to set up how you're going to answer the comments, and if you're going to call the customers and talk to them about it while answering it on here. Same goes for Foursquare. Your social media manager is going to have a piece of a document that we will supply online that can be printed out, and he can write what the specials are going to be on, like Foursquare, on Yelp, and on Google Places. Probably want to post that as a suggestion by the time clock so that all the employees see it and that they're always kept up to date on it, so they know what's going on. And same goes for Google Places. Your social media manager should log on to there just once a day, just to look and see what kind of comments are there so they can be answered. So to recap, Facebook, your social media manager should get on there and check it twice a day for comments. And for Yelp, Foursquare, Google Places, they really only need to get on there once a day and check for positive or negative comments.